wanted to give you a little bit of an update. So I now have the breast implant removal surgery booked for early April. So that's really not long at all, maybe a couple of weeks, which is exciting, super exciting. So I've also had some more lab results come back, and it's clear from looking at those that in fact I've been misdiagnosed with a virus. For the last few times I've been diagnosed with one due to some tests that actually show retrospective virus occurrence only and not current virus occurrence, which my previous GP had told me meant that I was currently having a virus. So needless to say, I've switched GP to someone that can be a little bit more comprehensive. And I wanted to update about acute symptoms of when I'm having these episodes as well, because I know that the last video I did that had symptoms in it, I was having quite a lot of brain fog and I was incredibly vague at the time. So what I have here is my medical file that I've created in honor of my foggy brain, so that when I attend appointments I can be accurate without needing to have it all at the top of my mind, which is just not realistic because it's just so complicated. All right, so acute symptoms, obviously these are not all the time, but they are when I'm having, like, you know, an exacerbation of whatever it is that's going on. So it is a variable condition. So I get widespread musculoskeletal pain and a headache. I get constipated, brain fog, the fatigue, which I've discussed, is debilitating. I get painful, swollen cervical lymph nodes, and I get like a husky voice, and my voice changes as well. So you might notice again in some of these videos my voice is a bit different. I get dry eyes and a dry mouth as well. And I have these episodes of temperature intolerance, which I did talk about before. That's me just either being unable to get my hands and feet warm, which is quite common during winter. They go like white, and it's offensive to touch myself or anyone else with them because it's ridiculous. Or it's those real shutdown episodes where I'm freezing and under a million blankets and it takes me a couple of hours to get warm. Or sometimes in summer, and this is strange, I'd always attributed it to the menopause or maybe HRT not being right, but what it is like a feeling of real heat and a sort of facial flushing, but no sweating. Odd. So my hands are bendy. I'm going to upload the hypermobility kind of stuff so that you can see what I'm talking about when I say bendy. And then I struggle to do some fine motor movements with my hands because they don't have the right kind of strength to do those. Like, for example, if I was to be filling a syringe with something for medication or whatever, my fingers just don't do it. Accuracy is not possible. Yeah. And we've got right hip and ankle weirdness. So I've got like written here subluxations with question mark, because what happens is my joints freeze, they're kind of sore and I'm not able to move on them, and then if I jiggle and twist they can pop back in. I've got slow wound healing with really stretchy scars, so yeah, they sort of stretch open as they heal and they become quite concave. So syncope on standing, which basically means like fainting. That's happened to me a few times in my adult life. Dizzy and unsteady with postural change. So that just means, you know, going from lying to sitting, sitting to standing. It doesn't matter on how slow I move. It's just like that. Hearing a loud heartbeat and whooshing noise on standing. Air hunger and yawning while standing. Nausea, reduced appetite. A feeling of heavy lungs. So it's like, you know, if you're a smoker, or if you've ever been a smoker, when you do the full exhale, it's like, sore and a bit crunchy. And anxiety, which makes perfect sense. I mean, anyone would be anxious with their body doing crazy things to them that they didn't ask for or sign up for. And low mood, again, pretty self-explanatory. So that's like the full range of symptoms that I have episodally. And yeah, like I mentioned, I have written those off through the years to various things, but I feel like we are actually getting somewhere now. I've got a cardiologist appointment on Friday, and this guy is reported to being POTS aware, which is fabulous and exciting. So let's just see how we go with that. Yeah, I don't know. I think probably what's happening is that I'm feeling a little bit more hopeful at the moment, because I feel like my mood is lifted, because I feel like I'm starting to climb out of the sort of episode that I've been in, and that's really lovely. So I've yet to regain, you know, my full functionality, and it's still quite a struggle in the morning. But what I've found is that I'm starting to get really, really serious about salt intake. So I've got some salt tablets from the chemist, and I'm taking them, and even though it's a bit gross and you get like a real salty feeling in your mouth, it has enabled me to just sit up a little bit more through the day before being overcome and needing to rest, which is so nice. So I've actually started doing a little bit of sewing again, which is really delightful. So yeah, I'll maybe include some stuff about that later. All right, catch up soon, bye.